Good morning, welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been a while since I've done a hair update, so I'm really excited to be doing this video because I know it's been a while. I obviously took out my lash set, put them back in, and then now I feel like it's time for a 6-month update. And so this is how my hair looks right now. I do have a couple of other updates I'm going to provide in this video, so let's get into it. So first things first, I want to share an update on my mom's hair. So my mom is over a year locked now. I'm not sure of the exact length of time that she's been locked, but her hair looks great. There are still some pieces that I want to go back and actually take down and make smaller, but she won't let me. So that's been really frustrating. But I do have an exciting update to share in regards to her hair, because with her hair and my hair, I used the nappy lock tool, and so it's basically like I'm sewing the ends through the root or whatever, and it's been really time consuming for me to do both my hair and her hair. And so with her hair, I just did her retightening this past week and a half. I'm really bad for some reason about doing her hair on schedule, and I need to be better at it so that she's not like overdue by the time I get to it. And so right now it was taking me 5 hours to do her hair, and I wanted to kind of cut that time down just so that I could get better at it. And then also eventually my next goal is going to be to do her whole head in one day. And so my mom was talking about me, like, you know, taking the Sister Locs course or doing other people's hair, and I don't feel like I'm ready for that yet, because with her hair, first of all, I split it up into 2 days, and then I'm not really like consistent about when I do it. And so I would have to be a lot better at that if I were to do somebody else's hair and then also knock them out in one day within like 4 hours or something like that. And so I don't think I'm ready for that. But the update that I want to share is that I started using a latch hook when doing her hair, and that has made me move a lot faster than I was moving with the nappy lock tool. And if you do Sister Locs, if you're a certified Sister Locs consultant, you know that you use a Sister Locs tool to retighten Sister Locs. And so I'm not sure of the brand, but there's a few brands actually that have a similar tool. So there's one company that has a black version of a Sister Locs tool, and then there's another company that has a green version of a Sister Locs tool. And for the green version, they have 2 different sizes. So they have like a standard size and then a micro size. Being that I have the black tool already and it's a bigger size, I just went ahead and got the micro green tool. So I'll actually show those to you guys in a second. But I am nowhere near ready to use either one of those tools to retighten my mom's hair, and I actually tried practicing with it and it's really hard to get down. But what I liked about using the latch hook is that it let me kind of get like the hand positioning that you would need to use the Sister Locs tool in order to retighten hair. So that was really great, because even though I'm not using the exact tool, I still get to practice how I should be placing my hand, moving my hand when I'm retightening with that type of tool. So the latch hook has been really helpful, allowed me to move faster. So I usually do all of the back of my mom's head in one day, and then the next day I come back and do the 2 front pieces, or the 2 front sections. And it took me, with the nappy lock tool, it took me about an hour to do each section. I want to say that on her right side it took me 45 minutes with the latch hook, and then it took me 30 minutes on the left side with the latch hook, and obviously that's a huge improvement. And so I really want to become even faster and get that whole thing done in maybe 2 or 3 hours, because I know that for a Sister Locs consultant, the one that I was going to in New York, she did my hair and I want to say 2.5, 3 hours. And so that was like 415 locks, and my mom had around 230, 250. So I should definitely be able to do that in less time, just because there's less locks to work with and all of that good stuff. But I do still need more practice. Right now I'm just doing somebody else's hair every like 6 weeks or every right now it's about 7 to 8 weeks, so I really do just need to get better at that. But her hair overall, it looks great. She's finally stopped dyeing her hair. She'll probably go back to dyeing it at some point, but right now she just has gray hair at the front and she's just leaving it alone, which is awesome. The issue with her dyeing her hair is mainly affecting her ends, because her ends are really loose. And interestingly enough, I've been talking about wanting to have somebody else retighten my hair, and it's actually very hard to find someone where I am who does sister locks or micro locks. I have seen a few people in the area who do have what looks to be sister locks or micro locks, or just really small locks, and I've only been able to get in touch with one of them to see like who they go to, and the person that they go to can't actually do my hair because of the extension, because I explained, you know, what I had in my hair, what I needed a retightening, and then she just made a referral to somebody else. And I haven't really followed up with that person to schedule something just because of how far they are from me right now. And I mean, when I was in New York in the Bronx, I was driving in an Uber. I was driving maybe 20 minutes to get to my appointment, and this is just going to be me driving 30 minutes to get to that appointment. I just don't know if I'm ready to like make that drive consistently every 6 weeks, just because I did grow up driving like in high school and college and stuff like that, but being in New York, I did not drive a lot at all. And so I kind of, when I moved down here, I had to relearn how to drive and just get comfortable driving just for like short periods of time, and then driving for a little bit longer periods of time. So I think the longest I've probably driven is like 30 minutes straight or something like that. But I also had my sister in the car, and then we went somewhere, drove a short distance away, drove back to the place, and then we ended up coming home. So it was a long day of driving, and I'm not really used to that. And then on top of that, the person that I would be going to, if it works out, it would kind of require me to get on the highway, and I haven't been on the highway in like a very long time. And my mom just did it for the first time the other day, and she was kind of like freaking out just because of like how fast the cars were moving. And then the area that we're in, I kind of like grew up nearby this area, so a lot has changed, and so we were just confused on like what exit to get off of and stuff like that. And so it's just been a process of, you know, moving back, getting acclimated to the changes in the area again, and then also trying to navigate the new changes that we're bringing with us, so like locks, for example. So I am still hoping that I can find someone who will do my hair. The only concern that I have is that I want my hair to look good for whoever does my hair, because I know that sometimes when you go to someone and they're like taking you on as a transfer client, they may make comments on your hair. Like you've seen those videos from stylists where they're talking about, hey, you know, this person's hair wasn't retightened correctly, or the pattern is incorrect, there's a bunch of holes and we have to fix it. And so I really just don't want my hair to have any of those issues. I may have some of them, but I just don't want somebody else to point them out, you know what I mean? So I'll keep you guys updated on that, and if it works out with me finding anybody. But for right now, I'm still doing my own hair, and I'm doing my mother's hair. Okay, so let's get into this next update. So this is what you guys are all here for. You guys want to see how my locks are holding up. I believe I installed this set in like August or September. It is now the end of January, so I'm coming up right on that 6-month anniversary date, and I really just wanted to make sure that I jumped on camera to give you guys that update. I am, if you see my previous video, I am out of work currently. I was laid off, so I do have a little bit more time to make these videos. I'm not really quite sure what that process is going to look like, but I definitely know that I have time to do this video, so I wanted to hop on and get this done for you. So I do have a few changes, updates to provide about my hair. So first, let's start off with the biggest issue that I was noticing in my last set and even with this set, and that is the end. So as you can see, my ends look a lot better, and it's not because I've been doing anything different as far as what I'm wearing. I'm still wearing the same hoodie that was creating this lint problem in the first place, but the only change is that I've moved from a kind of like light gray sweater to like a darker gray. I still have lint, but the lint is darker and so it's less noticeable. So you still notice the lint, but it just doesn't stand out the same way that the light gray lint was standing out. So the change that I've made that has really helped a lot with this lint problem that I have is changing the brush that I'm using. So before I was using some brush and the bristles were like really soft, and so it wasn't actually pulling out the lint as I was brushing it. So I did get a new brush, and it's kind of like, it's a board brush, and it has like a combination of like natural board and then like whatever material it is, nylon bristles. And that has been really helpful in cleaning out a lot of the lint that is in my ends. I do think that with me brushing, I'm kind of unraveling the portion that's like locking. So that's the only setback I see with me brushing the lint out of my ends. But it's been really helpful just me changing the brush, because it helps with the lint a lot. You want to make sure that you have a good quality brush that will allow you to get rid of those lint pieces just when you're brushing through them. And there's some pieces I'm just not able to get, so I really have to make sure that I isolate them so that I can actually get them out and keep them nice and clean looking. So I'm really happy with how this has turned out. So I do want to clarify that I actually I think in my last hair video, or maybe the one before that, I showed you guys what my hair looked like with all of the lint in it, and I actually cut my hair since then, just a little trim to get rid of all of that lint that was showing up, and then this is what I have now. So it's not like I got all of the lint that was in my hair before out. I just kind of started over fresh, and I haven't had to dye my hair or anything, which has been awesome. I wasn't really a fan of dyeing my hair anyway, just because I mentioned that it blew out my ends and I didn't really like that, and so I'm just really glad that I don't have to dye my hair anymore. So yeah. Now, as far as some other changes that I've made to my hair, I have been cleaning up my grids. So in my last hair video, I mentioned like cleaning up the way that the rows lined up on this side. I did go back and fix recently. I fixed this quadrant up here, the back upper right side, and I was able to, I had two kind of rows that were just really weirdly arranged, and I was able to make them more smoother. And then I had in this corner right here, I had a lock that was really tiny, and once I was able to smooth out those two rows, that lock became like a bigger size and a more appropriate size that matched the rest of my head. So I'm really happy about that. The other thing that I fixed is on the right side of my hair, I have like baby hair right here that is going into a lock, and my hairline on the right side is thicker than the left side, and so the left side, like right now, the right side looks really messy. My left side, I've been redoing it, so it looks a little bit neater, but in general, it looks neater because the hair is finer. So the issue that I have on this side is that I do have baby hair. I actually cut it so I don't have to worry about trying to like do something with the longer pieces of hair. So I did cut this. I probably cut it a little bit too short, but there's a lock here maybe that I didn't like because it was a really wide section, and there's like, this is the front of my head and this is more towards the back. This was like a really wide section, and then somewhere in here there wasn't very much hair, so I just hate it the way it looks. So what I did was I chopped this off, or I didn't chop it off, but I took the braid down, kind of got rid of this, which is like the baby hair, and then I'm just working with this part of my I'm just working with that section of hair. I braided that up. It does look a little bit wide, but it's not as wide as what it was before. And so hopefully I'm happy with that change. And I also fixed up here. I tried to make them bigger, but then I was like, that doesn't look right. And so I just went back and put them how they were. And I don't really have a lot of hair that's slipping out just yet, so that's why this section looks a lot neater than the other side, just for comparison. So it's really filled in right here. So that is a difference in my hair. And then also I almost took this set down. I know I've been talking about having bigger locks for a long time now, and I do think that is something that I want, but I'm really trying to trying to talk myself out of it, because I think that the issue I have is that I do want bigger locks, but I want bigger locks in certain sections. So the back of my head is obviously higher density and thicker than the front of my hair, and so it's the front of my hair that I want bigger, but it's just, in order for it to get bigger, it's just gonna change the back of my hair and make the back of my hair even bigger, which is not necessarily what I want. So I'm really trying to force myself to stick with this set and with this grid that I have, because it is going to be a lot of work to take this down. Because when I do my 360, you'll see that my hair is kind of not necessarily matted, but my hair is blending with the extension here, and so it is going to be a little bit harder for me to like go through and like take everything down. And then on top of that, having to take down my hair that's been interlocked is going to be a nightmare. So it's not going to be a fun process. Even though I did it like 6 months ago, it was a little bit easier then. Now it's just going to be, it'll probably take me 2 weeks to do that, and I don't really want to spend 2 weeks doing that. So yeah, so I'm trying to think of any other updates that I have. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do our 360. Alright, so that was my 360. Hopefully you got a good view of everything that's going on with my hair. In terms of anything that I want to fix, I do want to fix some of the locks that are where it kind of is towards the end of my hair. The extensions are a little big. I don't know if I'm going to find a good example. I'll just use this one. I do want to fix some like this, where you can see that my hair is kind of sticking out and it's not smoothly in the braid. I do want to fix some of those locks that I have like that. I do need to order more hair just because of all of the repairs I've been doing. I'm actually running low. I had like 5 packs, now I'm down to like 1.5 maybe, and so I do need to get some more. So I do want to repair those locks that kind of have the fat end in the middle of my lock. I don't think there's anything else that I really want to repair right now. I think I'm pretty overall happy with how my hair looks. I'm happy with the length. I'm happy that I don't have as many length issues as I was having before. The only thing that really bugs me is just the retightening time. It takes me a long time to retighten my hair. This past retightening that I just did, I did it over 2 days. So I did the back. I did most of the back. The next day I came back and finished the top, and then that same day I moved to the front of my hair. And so I was probably, that second day I was standing on my feet for like 10 hours, and the reason is because I was doing my retightening until like maybe 1 or 2 p.m. and then from like 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I was actually cleaning up my grid, and that was just, I'm glad that I cleaned it up because it looks more like I want it to look. And the fact that I took that time then to do it makes it a little bit easier, made it a little bit easier, just because my hair wasn't as settled as it would have been if I had waited longer to fix that. And so I'm really happy with the changes that I've made to my hair. I really like the way that my hair looks, and I hope that you guys like the way that it looks too. I know that this style is still very popular on Instagram with Locs, braids and everything like that, and obviously people are doing different variations of lock extension, but I'm really happy that I went with this method just because it was something that I was able to do myself. And I was really just thinking the other day of how it's really amazing that I was able to see something online that I wanted and then kind of like recreate it for myself without having to find somebody to do it and then just not really have any control over the process. Because my biggest thing, and I've never had somebody else establish my locks, and for me that's a big deal because I have no idea how somebody else would do my grid and the things that I know that I don't like about my hair, like so like this area here with like the baby hair and then that section. If somebody else were to do it, they probably would have given me this whole like area right here, the first lock right here, and all of those rows. They probably would have given me parts that were like really like wide, and I would not have liked that, and I would have had to take it out myself and then figure out how to fix it and all of that. And so I'm really glad that I was able to do my hair. I, by now, should know how my hair looks best, what I like, and what I'm comfortable with. And so I think that just doing my own installation every time I've had locks has made it easier for me. Now, granted, it hasn't been perfect, but I've been able to fix the things that I don't like. And so I'm really happy with it. I do sometimes wish that I was able to rock my shorter hair, but I just love having long hair so much. This just really reminds me of when I had micro braids when I was young. Obviously it looked a little bit different because it's fuller. With micro braids, I don't feel like I had nearly this many braids in my hair, and so I really just like the overall look that I have right now. This is exactly how I want myself to look, if that makes sense. I know that people have their dream version of themselves, and I think this is pretty close to how I want to look. And so I'm just really fortunate that I was able to, one, learn how to do this, actually do it, and then learn how to make the corrections and just have the time to make the changes that I wanted to make. And so yeah, I'm really excited about everything. Okay, so now that we've covered updates on my hair, I'm actually going to be washing my hair because it's time for a wash. It's only been a week, but I usually like to wash it every week. Depending on how my scalp feels, I will maybe stretch it out to 2 weeks. I haven't been spraying anything in between washes, between the last time I washed and then today. I'm going to wash my hair today just because I've been scratching a lot, which sounds really bad, but my scalp has been irritated, so I do need to wash it. I was using Schwab's daily clarifying shampoo or whatever it's called, but I did switch to a moisturizing shampoo, which is the Shea Moisture moisturizing something shampoo. I did use it maybe, oh wow, maybe like 4 years ago, and I stopped using it for whatever reason. And the reason why I'm going back to it is because being that I don't put a lot on my hair, I don't really need a clarifying shampoo, so I need something more moisturizing, and hopefully that will help with the dryness issue that I've been having because my scalp has been really flaky and really gross. I was sitting in the bathroom with the comb and just scratching away, and my sister came in and she was so disgusted and whatever. So I'm using that shampoo. The only thing is I don't know if my scalp likes to shea butter. I don't know if it's the shea butter, but it's something in the shampoo that I'm not sure if my scalp likes, because I did notice a few little bumps here and there, a little irritated areas. So I'm gonna try it again and see how it does. So right now what I'm gonna do is I am going to braiding band my hair. I only washed my hair once without braiding and banding. Obviously want to make sure that I never do that again, because I think that is what caused a lot of a lot of my locks to slip out last time. And so I really want to make sure that doesn't happen again, because when I'm running low on hair until I can fix it, and then also I just don't want to have to take that time to fix it. So we're gonna braid and band, and then we're gonna jump in the shower. We're gonna sit in the dryer, and I think that's gonna be the end of this video. I may show you guys the braid and band. If not, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.